IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046104457. 125. What is a disadvantage of asexual when a new crop disease appears on a farm? Asexual reproduction does not lead to genetic variation in offspring. 126. Compared to the hormonal system, the responses of the nervous system are faster and of shorter duration. 127. What does the central nervous system consist of? Brain and spinal cord. Only 128. What is a response to a low concentration of glucose in the blood? Glucagon will cause the body to convert glycogen into glycogen. 129. In a mammal, body temperature is regulated by negative feedback. As a result of negative feedback, what happens in the mammal's body as the temperature of the external environment decreases? Vasoconstriction. 130. Which statement about light receptor in the retina of a normal human eye is correct? There are 3 types of cone. 131. The neurons at synapses contain vesicles. Which type of substance is found inside the vesicle? Vesicles? Neurotransmitter. 132. Which statement about involuntary responses is correct? They always result in the same response to the same results. 133. Which process transmits an impulse across a synapse? 134. The shoot of a potted plant is growing towards light. Which statement about the role of auxin in phototropism is correct? Auxin will move to the dark side of the shoot and cause cells to elongate. 135. Which row shows the state of the ciliary muscles and suspensory ligaments when the eye is focusing on a near object? Ciliary muscles, contracted, and sensory ligaments, slack. 136. In a plant shoot, where is auxin make and what is its effect? Made in shoot tip and promotes cell elongation. 137. The liver and the pancreas work together to control the concentration of glucose in the blood. Which statement is correct? The pancreas responds to a fall in blood glucose by increasing the release of the hormone glucagon. 138. Which row shows the actions needed for the eye to focus on a distant object? Ciliary muscles relaxed, suspensory ligaments tightened, and the lens becomes thinner. 139. Which responses occur in the iris of the eye when a person walks from a brightly lit area to a dimly lit area? Circular muscle relax and radial muscle contract. 140. What change occurs in a fight or flight situation? Increase in blood glucose concentration. 141. Which glands are endocrine glands? Adrenal, pancreas, testes. 142. Blood glucose level is kept between 5 to 7 mg per dm3. The concentration of glucose in the intestine varies and is often less than that values. What would be required for the absorption of glucose into the blood when the concentration of glucose in the intestine is less than 5 mg per dm? 3.1. Mitochondria. 2. Oxygen. 3. Membrane proteins. 1, 2, and 3. 143. What are the effects of insulin and adrenaline on the concentration of blood glucose? Effect of insulin on blood glucose concentration is decreased and effective. Adrenaline on blood glucose concentration is increased. 144. What happens when a person enters a very hot room? Sweating increases and vasodilatation increases. 145. Which is the correct sequence of structures through which a nerve impulse passes in a reflex arc? Receptor, sensory neuron, relay neuron, motor neuron, effector. 146. When the environment is hot, how do the arterioles in the skin and hair erector muscles react? Arterioles dilate and hair erector muscles relax. 147. Which structure contains relay neurons? Spinal cord. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 030046104457. 148. A man injures his arm in an accident. After he can move hand, but can't feel objects touching his hand. What could cause this? Sensory neurons are cut. 149. Which statements about auxin are correct? 1. Auxin is made in all cells in plants. 2. Auxin causes cells to elongate. 3. Auxin moves between the cells by osmosis. 4. Auxin is unequally distributed. 150, 2 and 4 151. Auxin is a chemical produced by plants. It controls plant growth. Which statement about auxin is correct? Auxin is made in the shoot tip. 152. Sensory neurons conduct impulses from sense organs to the brain and spinal cord. 153. What is a function of the cornea? Refracts light. 154. What is the correct sequence in a reflex action? Stimulus receptor sensory neuron relay neuron motor neuron effector. 155. Hormones and the nervous system both control our bodies. Which statement about the control provided by our hormones is correct? Slow response and long-lasting. 156. A person's skin looks more red in a warm environment than it does in a cool environment. Which explanation is correct? The arterioles supplying capillaries in the skin to vasodilate and more blood flows to the skin surface. 157. Which row correctly compares hormonal control with nervous control? Speed of action of hormonal control. How long the effects of the hormonal lasts. Slow long. 158. Which row shows the level of organization for structures associated with the eye? Rod cell, retina tissue, eye organ and nervous organ system. 159. Which statement about the regulation of human body temperature is correct? Vasoconstriction of skin arterioles when the body temperature is too low. 160. The structures listed are part of the nervous system. 1. Brain. 2. Effector. 3. Receptor. 4. Relay neuron. In a reflex arc, which structures are connected to a motor neuron by synapses? 2 and 4. 161. When we read a book, our eyes accommodate to view near objects. Which statement is correct when viewing a near object? Ciliary muscle contracts, suspensory ligaments are slack, lens is thicker. 162. Which situation is a voluntary action? Raising your hand to answer a question. 163. How does the body increase blood glucose concentration? Glucagon released by the pancreas triggers the liver to release glucose. 164. A person eats a large bowl of rice. Rice contains starch. What happens to the amounts of insulin and glucagon in their body? Insulin increases and glucagon decreases. 165. What happens when someone has low blood glucose concentration? Glucose is released from the liver. 166. What is the synthetic plant hormone 2,4-D used for? Killing weeds. 167. Which statement about urea is correct? Urea travels from liver cell to the kidney where it is filtered out of the blood. IGCSE and O-Level Smart Biology M. Rashid Chatha 0300 461 0457.